Hey everyone, it's Jelly Cards, and you're listening to the Jelly Cards podcast. We've been collecting since we were kids. Whether it's Pokemon cards or sports cards, being a collector at heart always comes first. You can listen to all our episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. And if you are enjoying these topics, please give us a rating and a follow on both Spotify and Apple, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. So, if you are ready, we are ready. Sit back, relax, and as always, keep spreading the love of the hobby from your friends at Jelly Cards. You have one job in the outfield.
Catch the ball.
Catch the ball.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, like, his ability to catch the baseball is better than Vlad Sr.'s.
Great catch.
His
Don't
arm,
ever do it again.
His arm, probably not. And the way that he hits balls out of the zone for home runs is reminiscent of Vlad Sr.
When he hits a home run from a ball that bounces in, then come talk to me. Then come talk to me about him being compared to Vlad Sr.
Yeah,
Okay?
I mean, I don't know. You just started this whole, you started, do you know how fast you got to get around on a ball to get it that high?
Well,
Then
yeah,
I'm like,
I was
yeah,
giving
he's
him
like Vlad
kudos for
Sr.
it, and then all of a sudden,
what?
people think he's Vlad Sr. No,
I
Vlad
don't-
Sr.'s
I
a
don't
Hall of
think-
Famer.
I don't think he is. I think it's
He's got give him like maybe 3 more years, and then start comparing them to Hall of Famers. All right, we can't be comparing these young kids to Hall of Famers with like not even a full season.
No,
of them.
you are. You think that I am. I'm not. I'm
I'm
saying.
just saying. No, I'm just
never-
whoever said that.
I'm
stop it.
saying that watching him hit the ball out of the ballpark when it's 6 inches off the ground
Javi did that.
consistently, that's
Baez
like what
did
Vlad
that.
Sr. used to do.
Baez
Yeah,
would
but
do
from
that too.
but it's different. It's different the way they swing the bat. It's different.
Whatever.
And he's got a better glove, but it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
Boy,
It's so
man.
nice to not be the one that gets triggered.
God, it's starting already, man. It's starting already.
I don't know why he's upset. I would think he'd be excited about that.
Listen, I'm not upset. I don't like when young players, especially when you haven't even had your first full major league season and you're already. It was the same thing with Dominguez. I hated the fact that they compared Dominguez to Mickey Mantle, and he was playing in single A ball.
Right.
And now the guy's batting 214 right now. Let's not jump the gun and start automatically comparing these young kids to, they're already they play like a Hall of Famer. They're saying he was Mickey Mantle and Bo Jackson or whatever, and now he's batting 214. I don't even think he plays every day. So let's not.
It's
let's
so
pump
good.
the
You hear
brakes.
two
Pump
names, and then
the
all
brakes.
the context goes out the window. It's so good.
Pump the brakes, man. I'm sure PCA is not the only person that's hit a home run out of a ball that's been outside the zone.
It's just
Let's not
okay.
automatically he's got a better glove than Vlad Sr., a
he
Hall of
does.
Fame baseball player.
Yeah.
So who was great defensively too was Almora. So everybody was raking about Almora's defense.
Yeah, Almora.
Just
I don't think
saying.
Almora could. I don't think Almora's ever put together a week like PCA's worst month this year.
I'm just saying.
They're very,
jump
very different
gun.
hitters.
I'm all
they
for
are very,
I'm all
very
for
different
PCA
hitters.
having a great season. He's having an awesome season. I can't wait for him to get snubbed out of the MVP for Ohtani. But
Oh yeah, that's for sure. He's probably not even going to be. When it's all said and done, I wouldn't be. I don't even think he'd be in the top 5. But it's fun right now.
So
I mean, he could probably get to the top 5, in my opinion.
I don't know.
By mid-season, he should be top 5.
I just suspect that when Wrigley, when it's actually warm here and Wrigley starts hitting it's starting it should be hitting in the summer, Kyle Tucker is going to take any MVP vote from PCA, from anybody who's going to look at the Cubs. My guess is that Kyle Tucker, when it warms up, he is going to start raking here.
I hope so.
I mean, PCA is raking right now too, but
Good take.
to your point, Jason, I would bet on the guy who's already done it a few years in the league to sustain it the whole year versus this guy PCA. But like, he's already exceeded expectations for me. Everything right now is gravy. Like, even if he slumped the whole second part of the year, I don't care. I've seen that he can do it, which is great. Whoever can get in his head and just be like, hey, you really don't have to swing at all the balls, even though we know you can hit them from home runs. Like, that's just the next step. You know, it's kind of like what Vlad Sr. did. But I'm just saying,
boy.
it's just like,
Oh boy. All right, John. John, you wanted you brought up to us in the group chat that you wanted to talk. You wanted to ask a question more about some Pokemon cards, man. So let's start it off, man. Let's start it off. What was the question you wanted to ask us?
should we do show and tell first before this gets started?
We can get him because I'm sure it would be a good segue into show and tell,
Well,
because
depends on what we're showing.
I have some Pokemon cards.
Pokemans.
Oh,
you got
all
your
right.
Pokemon
So there you go.
cards?
I didn't know we were showing Pokemon. Now I gotta find something.
Well,
I don't have Pokemon.
I have a bunch, man.
Oh, so this is why I thought we did show and tell at the beginning of the episode. Everybody's laughing at me.
It's funny because Jason was like, "All right, John, what's the question?"
Yeah, I was like confused why he didn't. Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't do show and tell first. He's usually always like, but first, let's do show and tell.
But I'm sure we don't have to go too lengthy.
Yeah. We've already lost like half of our 4 listeners. So.
No, it's okay because it's just us, and I'll watch it on every platform. So it's
you two will get it back. So there you go.
That's right.
Okay, so the question actually comes from a follower. I was it was somebody who messaged us on Instagram, and I kind of liked the way that he pitched it to me. So the follower's name is David Gonzalez. He's been messaging like pretty frequently, which is pretty great. I think I'm usually the one who responds to all the messages. So shout out to Dave. A lot of Pokemon messages, which is really cool. So it's kind of cool. He messaged me, or he messaged Jelly Cards, the back of a Pokemon card, and in the bottom right corner was zoomed in. He zoomed in on it, took a screenshot, and it looked like a little wrinkle / could be whitening. He messaged that. And he's like, do you think this is a wrinkle, or do you think it's maybe just like a little bit of whitening, or do you think it's just a bad photo? Like, guy took a bad picture, guy or girl took a bad picture of the Pokemon card. And then I zoomed in and I was like, honestly, I think it is a wrinkle just because it just looks like it. And I've seen so many backs of Pokemon cards that it's not like a whitening / chip on the corner. I think it's a wrinkle. And then he's like, if the entire all the other aspects of the card are perfect. Like the front of the card is perfect. All the other corners are great. Surface edges, all that. And it's a chase card from a Pokemon card set. Would you still buy the card? And I was like, damn. I told him yes, because it made me think, and I even told him that I was going to bring it up on the podcast, because I feel like no matter what Pokemon it is, if it's a chase from a set, and even if it's got like a minor flaw, I feel like the raw value of those cards are going to keep going up. Example being like a Moonbreon, example being any of the other top chases, like the Chunkachu from Vivid Voltage. I remember that I was looking for a lot of those so I can have them because I thought that card was so awesome. The Ash's Pikachu that Eric got us, man, I wish I would have bought like 40 of those cards because I love that photo. But anyway, and then he revealed the card, and it was the like chase / hit from the newest Destined Rival set. It's the Giovanni's Mewtwo. And I was like, yeah, if I can get it for less than what it's normally going for raw because it has this quote unquote flaw, I would buy it. But I wanted to pitch it to you guys because we talk about all the time that condition is everything. We talk about how PSA 10 or bust has taken over the hobby, quote unquote, the hobby. So I want to know what you guys think.
Honestly, if it had a visible flaw like that,
You wouldn't? Damn.
no, because to me, I think when it comes to Pokemon cards, like I said the last episode, I think condition is everything. And I think if you are buying that card, let's say to flip it at a later date, I mean, if it's a PC collection one, sometimes I might, if it has just like, if a card has a little bit of whitening on it, I'm okay with that. But if I'm trying to flip this card for profit in the future, even if I'm just going to try to sell it raw, if it has a visible flaw, I automatically know the value is going to decrease on it. Like it already has a less of a value than a card in better condition. And because it's so visible, and that's one thing I know a lot of kind of almost like selling cards 101. If you have cards listed, and especially Pokemon cards, don't use a white background, please. Do not use a white background for your card because a lot of people say when sellers sell Pokemon cards, they'll purposely put a white background so you don't see the whitening on it or you don't see as much. So if I was looking at one and I visually saw this card has a flaw, I would move on to the next one. Especially almost if it's like actual, like if it's like damaged. Because if you say it has like a wrinkle in it, that's like almost like the card is like damaged, like it was just a bad print.
Right.
So that's
even if it's a chase card, like it's like the card from the entire set.
Yeah. Because if I'm gonna spend the money on it, like if I'm going to spend, say, I don't know, let's say it's the new Umbreon card from Prismatics, and that card raw is $1,000, and I see that the card has it's clearly damaged or has a wrinkle, or you know, if I'm still going to be spending close to $1,000 or something on this card or try to still get this card, I don't want it to be damaged. Like if it's a chase card, I want to get the best condition chase card I possibly can because that's going to help me in the future be able to flip this card for money.
Okay.
So that's
Eric,
my opinion.
how you feeling?
Yeah, probably very similar. Depends on what you want to do with it. If you're just collecting it, and I could just like put it in a binder, and the back is damaged, and like I'm just like I just want to look through my binder and just flip through my pages and feel serotonin, and I can get it for like, and the price is reflecting that it's like the seller knows that it's wonky and I can get it for a cheaper price. Sure, why not? But I guess if you're like buying it to flip it, then no, you probably don't want to do that. Because either you're going to try and sell it and not really disclose it, which would be shitty, or you're going to like maybe have issues selling it further down the line when all of them are graded and you didn't grade yours for this clear reason. But I don't know. You could probably, I mean, at worst, you could probably break even. So it's maybe not a terrible buy, would be my guess. I can't imagine if it would go down over time.
Me too. That's where.
But I don't know if it's going to go up. Like, I think you could probably just like break even-ish.
And then here's a good thing too. If it's a chase card, my assumption would be whoever's going to buy the card, they're buying it because they want to grade it. Right now in the hobby, we're seeing, if you look on Gemrate's website, we're seeing thousands of Pokemon cards being sold on a weekly basis. So if they're buying a chase card raw, my assumption is going to be, okay, they clearly want to buy this card, they want to grade it, and they want to flip it. So if I'm buying then a raw card to try to flip the raw card, I don't want any damage to the card. I want the least amount of flaws to this card, the least amount of whitening on the back. I want this card to have the appearance that could, at the very least, get a PSA.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So I would take a pass. But okay, what's your opinion? Like, what, I mean, would you?
I said I would. I feel like that based on my recent like hunt and insanity that I've gone through going on eBay trying to find more Pokemon cards, I've noticed that if I find a quote unquote low pop, low gem rate PSA 10 Pokemon card and I try to look for it raw, the sales on that card, even if it's not in good condition, are way more than I expect. Like if, for example, I've been looking at the secret rare Lugia from Lost Thunder. I think that card's so damn cool. The pop count on that is super low, and the gem rate is super low.
Mhm.
And when I go to find raw, it's like still at least $50, maybe $100 to get it raw. And then I look at the sold cards, and some of them are definitely not going to gem, and they're still selling pretty well.
It's, you know what? It is so frustrating looking at raw Pokemon cards, especially on eBay. It is the most frustrating and stressful thing. I don't even look at raw card like
Yeah.
if I'm looking at raw Pokemon cards, it's because I'm buying it for my personal collection. I would never look at a raw Pokemon card off of eBay in hopes that I'm gonna flip it in the future. Like it's
But
too
I'm saying,
stressful.
like, you could, though. That's my point. Like,
You
even
could.
someone in the future, they're going to be hunting for this Giovanni's Mewtwo,
Mhm.
and they can't afford the Gem Mint 10, and they want one in their collection.
But
I
you're
don't know
gonna be
what it
paying
sells for.
you're still gonna be paying so much money for it. And here's my thing, would you rather okay, if you're looking for a Pokemon card and if you're say the PSA 10 is just out of reach, like it's just too much. What would you rather have, a raw or a PSA 9?
Well,
Because
it depends on the price.
if the raw is going, let's just say they're both the same price, equal value.
That's a debate to be had, but I would rather have the PSA 9.
Yeah, me too. I would take
But
the PSA 9 over the raw card.
people in the hobby nowadays, though, they're like trying to price raw cards at the price of a PSA 9.
But yeah, so I mean, if you had them too, if the card value was the same for a PSA 9 and a raw, give me the PSA 9.
Me too,
I'm gonna
100%.
eliminate the chance that I'm gonna try to send this, get it graded, it comes back, shit, comes back a PSA 8. Now I'm screwed. So
And I think it's even more difficult to do with Pokemon because there is no like known set limit of how many of these cards out there,
yeah,
and still, like Pokemon card prices are insanely high.
and pop
So
counts are so low for some of these like older sets, like us talking about like like the Lugia from Lost Thunder. It's so hard to like try to find comps for some of these. Like I was trying to remember that full art Entei that I sent you guys
yeah,
in the group chat. So that's the one of the cards that I sent the offer on. And because I was watching a PSA 9 because there's only 10 PSA 10s in existence. Yeah. But there's, I think, I want to say less than 100 PSA 9s. So I'm like, this is like a legit rare card. It's from, oh boy, what set is it from? I would have
I
to
had
look
one
it
on
up.
my watch
I
list
know
too.
it's an X and Y set. Oh boy. Now I'm drawing a blank on it. I don't know if I'm still watching it or not. I might not be.
It's gone too, I
Oh,
think.
Dark Explorers. So
Nice.
yeah, it's from Dark Explorers. It was from not an X and Y, I'm sorry, Black and White series.
Black and white,
Yeah,
correct.
so it's black and white. So I mean, it's a pretty rare set, I guess, in terms of like modern Pokemon cards. I think it's like one of like the first like full art cards that the Pokemon started printing. And so I got an offer on a PSA 9, but I was sitting in my offer list forever, missed out on an Aaron's Judge card and went, you know what? Let me send an offer. Found the last PSA 9 sale, sent a message to the seller and said, "Hey, listen, like this is the one, going to, according to comps, this is the last PSA 9 sale, so this is my offer." And the counter offer was like, "Okay, I'm not even gonna
Never
entertain
mind.
this
Yeah.
anymore because clearly we're not gonna get anywhere close to what the last one sold was." So I ended up passing it up, which is sad because I'm like, that would have been a very, very cool card to have. Because hey, man, to be like one of like what 80 something people in the entire world that have this card, it's pretty incredible.
It is awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. But, and see, it's the perfect segue right into some show and tell because I'll go first. And because I just got this one in yesterday. It's the jelly purchase. Made the mail day of it today. Made our first mail day video. Opened up the card. Video went, good thing I didn't botch it. Even though like my fingers were like, I had my fingers like this.
Got
Like,
your
I don't know
strong
what
hand.
was going on. Yeah. I don't know what the hell was going on in that video, but there it
Nice.
is, man. Look at that.
Nice.
Very gross.
2003. I was gonna say 2003. That would have been awesome. 2023 Heracross illustration rare from Paldea Evolved PSA 10. I can't remember the pop counts off the top of my head, but I know it's anywhere from in the 200s to the 300s. Gem rate on it, I think it's like 25%. So, plus Heracross, honestly, and I know you guys love Gen 2 Pokemon. Heracross was a huge Pokemon for Ash, man. Ash loved Heracross. So, and I was always a big fan, man. When I would play Soul Silver, do you know how long I would sit there
Yeah.
and headbutt trees
Yeah.
waiting for a Heracross? Because it's like a Heracross would show up like 5% of the time or
Yeah, it
something.
took a long time. Yeah.
Oh man, you'd be just headbutting trees the whole time. And then the worst part is that Heracross would get dropped down, and at the time when you're finding it, it's at like level 7. So majority of the time you end up killing it or fainting it.
Yeah, fainting. Take it easy.
Yeah, you end up fainting it. But yeah, it took me a long time. But I loved playing with Heracross. So when I came across that card, I'm like, yeah, this is a cool one. And then show off some. So these are the ones that I bought raw. So that's Tapu Fini from Burning Shadows. Man, sweet. This is a Sun and Moon generation legendary. That's just a PC card. Nobody loves this Pokemon, but I'll give Onyx some love, man.
Oh, that's a cool Onyx.
Hell
though.
yeah, man. It looks like it's in battle. Like it looks like it's like possibly like the gym behind it. But it is a really cool card.
They made him so
they made him too
bitch.
weak. Yeah.
For how big and what he was supposed to be, very, very bitch.
Yeah, that's from Hidden Fates. This is a Hidden Fates Onyx. But yes, the defense obviously is there because he's rock type, and pretty fast Pokemon. Speed's pretty good, but the attack is like terrible. Are you kidding me? Onyx in the original, like when you watch the original show or you play the original games, it was tough to beat, especially play yellow version. And you're getting Pikachu to try to face Onyx in the first gym battle. You're running around the grass trying to find Mankey just until it learns low kick or whatever.
Yeah, right. Another one that's similar. Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure, I think in the original games, Karate Chop was a normal type move. So you had to level up Mankey enough to get low kick, and then you can finally actually get, because Thunderbolt's gonna do nothing against Onyx.
Unless you turn the sprinklers on.
Unless you turn the sprinklers on, man.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that wasn't.
It was cooler. It was cooler in the later games because they turned Onyx into a rock/ground type. And one of the, I think it was like maybe Diamond and Pearl, or it was Black and White, somewhere around there. He was rock and ground. But those are mine. And then I could just toss this one up too, because this one's just sitting there. The BGS 9 2013 Bowman Chrome Refractor Aaron Judge that we got to. So, but I'm in this Pokemon kick, so the Aaron Judge card, I don't even care about that.
Yeah, who cares about Aaron Judge? What a bum.
What a bum. Even though I don't know if he's homered yet, but he's homered in the last 3 games. So,
yeah, I know.
All right, who's next? Who wants to go?
Oh boy, Vlad Senior in the flesh.
So it's Pete of trash.
It's Pete Vladimir Guerrero Crow Armstrong
Jr.
Yeah, but it's this card. I love this card. This is
It's
one
a
of the
cool
5.
card.
This is one of the 5 I'm gonna give you, John, for grading.
Hell yeah.
The black and white, which I have never seen a box for, so that must be like hobby only. I've never seen Topps black and white before ever.
I think it is
Topps,
but I think
black. That's about it.
But I think I was reading. I think they try to take kind of cool pictures like this.
Is he signing for people? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, that's what's happening. Yeah,
imagine
he's signing for
being
people.
the fan in the background.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I want to be one of these guys.
Cool. What if they came out with a Topps now of John getting fisted on a card?
That's what I mean. That would be very cool.
I can sign it with PSA.
That would be the worst thing for John's addiction.
Oh my God, you're right.
Every single card.
That would be the worst. Yeah,
all the money's gone.
So it's the short print of 99.
Especially if it was a really bad image of you too, John. You'd be pissed.
Yeah,
it's probably better. Probably for the best.
How many, Eric? How many PCA cards have you bought so far in the last week or so?
3.
Okay, how much since baseball started?
Oh boy. Oh yeah, those are nice. I like it. I like it a lot.
And then I got, then I bought the Miles Lewis Skelly lot. But these are the two I'm gonna send.
That one's cracked ice.
Yeah, and a
looks like
silver.
an atomic or something.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's
cool, man.
Looks just like the atomic.
Yeah.
So I'm sending those for grading at least, John.
Hell yeah. Along with my other.
Are you trying to
PCA
flip
cards.
those PCA cards, or what's your plan? Or
Yeah,
is it
maybe
just
flip
PC?
them into my box.
Well, hey man, I just
Yeah.
wanted to know. I
No.
didn't know if that was PC, if that was you're trying to profit off of
Well,
them.
I will see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
We'll
see
see.
what happens, man. Maybe might be MVP.
Come
man.
on, somebody can talk to me. Me.
Yeah.
DMs are open.
DMs are open.
That'd be sweet, man. I can't wait for that. We need to start showing more cards because I want people to start just DMing us, man. Hey, what about that card? You guys selling that card, man? We gotta be
That
like
could
Roth
happen.
cards, man. And just people just gotta know that we're always buying and we're always selling.
I mean, we kind of are.
I know, but people need to know. We know that.
Yeah.
We know it. Everybody else needs to know it.
Yeah. The other people who listen to the podcast need to.
Yeah. All right, Johnny. What's up, man? What you got?
I got one card. So
Make
this
it good.
card, yeah. Back when, man, was it 2 years ago? I don't remember when I went to Nashville. I went to Nashville to go visit Nash Cards. I went with my brother. There was a Target either like 10, 15 minutes away or on the way from our hotel to Nash Cards. And my brother and I stopped at Target. And when we went to Target, it was around the time when 2023-24 Upper Deck Series 2 came out with Bedard Young Guns.
You went in 2024.
Okay, perfect. And that makes sense because that's when the set came out. In Illinois, it was impossible to find Upper Deck Series 2. I didn't find a single blaster box, no mega boxes, no freaking hanger packs, anything. But, yep, when we went to Target in Nashville, my brother and I found, I think, like 4 mega boxes, maybe more, maybe 4 blaster boxes. And then because we found them, I texted my other brother and we opened up all the boxes. We got, I think, at least 1, maybe 2 Bedard Young Guns. And we also hit this card, which I really love. It's the Dazzlers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the blue Dazzlers.
Those are sweet.
They're so shiny and cool.
Yeah.
I was telling Jason though when I was looking at it now, it's in Card Saver 1 for people who don't know. Hopefully you do. When you send cards to PSA, they need to be in Card Saver 1s. They don't accept top loaders anymore. Very stupid.
Card savers are the worst.
Yeah, it's in the Card Saver because I was going to send it for grading, but now that I'm looking at it, like this whole bottom edge is beat to shit. It's just like torn up. You can see the foil underneath and everything. Anyway, because of the memory, I kind of still want to get it graded because it was nice to rip open boxes with my brothers. One of the brothers via Zoom, as you guys can imagine. But yeah, this Bedard Dazzlers Blue is my show and tell card. It's been in the box ever since. I was supposed to send it, didn't send it, but now that I got more PCA cards and other cards getting ready to go with Eric's cards, I might sneak it in there.
I was watching a Blue Dazzlers. Like a few weeks ago, I was watching a Blue Dazzlers of Connor Bedard, but it was a BGS 9.5. But it ended up, I was just like, but the price was so low on it. So are Dazzlers not as like great anymore to have?
I think it's just that.
Or is the market just quieting down?
Yeah, quieting down. All these other sets have come out with his autos and stuff. And they're just like.
Yeah, I was going to say the SP.
SP and the Cup just came out. I don't know if we need to dedicate an episode because the Cup auto sold for over 10 grand.
We need Hockeytown John on it.
Yeah, we do. Message him.
Well, we actually should do. Yeah, let's have a, Stanley Cup's probably, it's coming to an end, man. So we should do an off-season hockey episode, man. Who to buy, who to sell.
I think, do you have a Makar? Do you have a Makar, Jason? Or only Kaprizov? Makar?
No, just Kaprizov.
Okay.
I got an Anton Lundell, courtesy of JK.
Yeah. Okay.
I got a Barkov. You want that one? I'll sell it to you.
I think Makar from the Avalanche just won his second Norris Trophy. I thought you had one, but now I don't care about it. I thought you had one. I was excited. So who cares? Screw Makar. Nobody cares.
I have Zach Benson.
Okay, you're just
William
it's
Eklund.
It's getting worse,
yeah,
man.
it's getting
shit, Zach
It's not-
Benson.
Yeah, I got Zach Benson. I got a PSA 9 William Eklund.
Cedric Benson.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, those are my cards. But I need a lot more hockey cards. Ever since ever since Mark texted me about Pokemon cards, he also texted me about hockey cards. I've been looking at a lot of hockey cards too. I messaged you guys. I was so pissed I lost that Nazar card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So,
shouldn't
okay,
have.
let
I shouldn't
me-
have been going for it, but I really
Let me
wanted
ask you guys, why are you so big on him?
So he just Eric. I don't know. You can go, Eric, if you want.
I just the few times I've watched the Hawks,
Yeah, man.
he's just popping, man.
Yeah.
He pops. I think there's a lot of attention on Bedard. So when Bedard's either not on the ice or he's on the ice with Nazar, like Nazar's taking full advantage. Like maybe people are just being more lax because they're like, oh, and Bedard's not on the ice. We don't really need like. But like it seems like it's if you want to comp it, it seems like it's very Taze Kane. Like maybe we got the two sort of young offensive guys to build around who can sort of and they're both centers, so that's good. And then the defenseman they just brought up who is sort of already playing similarly to Duncan Keith in terms of like minutes on the ice. Like he's already close to 20 minutes, like as a rookie, which is crazy. So just keep building it out. I just think if the team gets good, he's going to be a big part. And when they get good, you could probably flip it for more than what you're buying for it right now, because the only person that people think about on the Hawks is Bedard because the Hawks suck. So
yeah,
it's mostly just that. It's mostly that's just thinking like, why didn't we just buy PCA cards last year? Like I'm trying to like avoid this again, like in any sport anywhere, like especially when they're right here and we're watching the games. Like we should be like, oh yeah, take bias out. He's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, we just we talk about it so much, just about like Justin Fields. Hey,
I think that's why we
did it for
burned.
Justin Fields, and
we
just
got
it didn't
burned.
pan out. And I don't think every Chicago player is gonna pan out. I mean, kind of obviously, Connor Bedard being such an outlier that if we would have just put all our money into Bedard cards, we'd probably be feeling pretty safe there. PCA, yeah, was probably. I mean, we probably
That'd be a
been.
huge risk. Now, after last year, it was a huge risk because he was like not.
Yeah,
he was just swinging He was just swinging. He was literally like Javi. It was like Javi in center field.
But the power numbers are there this season, though. He's got eight. He just hit his 18th tonight. So, I mean, the power numbers are there. That's what really kind of matters in the hobby. That's what really all these hobbyists like to look.
He's electric
look at
too.
Yeah, man,
he's got
fast,
a personality.
He steals bases, like he's got he's got the look of it, like
all of it. It's all of that. That's
he's
all
like,
goes into
he is a
cards.
full package when it comes to who you want to buy into when it comes to sports cards. Like that's the type of player. Ellie's the same way. Ellie De La Cruz is the same way. He's just got like this swagger about him. It does.
Yeah,
I mean,
Ellie. Yeah, L-E.
Well, yes, I understand.
Like,
but from a hobby standpoint, Ellie is,
right. Yeah, just like Churio. All these weirdo Brewer fans who are all pissed that Churio's not as good as PCA.
How's your boy Jacob doing?
They won 6-0.
Yeah,
he struck out 6 over 5. I think so. That's pretty good.
Good. I know he's throwing. I think he hit 103 in the game. Is that
did he really?
His fastest pitch? I think he did.
Yeah.
He was throwing gas.
That's not good.
Yeah, that's right. It's definitely not good for Cubs.
That's not good.
It's not good. Well,
I don't want the Brewers to have
just the ball will go farther in the stands, so it's all right, man.
That's true.
Just got to get around him, man. Well, let's move into. I do want to talk about a little bit about PSA because there was some news that got mentioned about PSA. they're opening up a new grading hub, another new grading hub, and they're going to be right next door in, I believe, Boca Raton, Florida, right next to SGC.
Oh boy.
Yep, I think they're going in the same building as
that makes sense.
SGC. Yep. And yeah, so they're going to be opening up a new grading hub in Florida. I think now this is their 5th grading hub location. So what's funny, John?
I think it's you said they're going to be in the same building.
I think
so. The image that popped up in my head is SGC is Squidward looking out the window at SpongeBob and Patrick, just like running and having fun. All the mail keeps coming to PSA, and the poor guy who goes to get the SGC mail opens up in the mailbox. It's just like 5 cards in there. That's just me being a hater / troll to the SGC submitters, but
and to Jason.
And to Jason. It just made me laugh.
I told you guys, I'm not really like looking at a lot of SGC cards anymore, man. I just BGS right now has been a lot. Well, for Pokemon cards, it's all PSA. It's all PSA for my Pokemon cards. But I've been looking at a lot of Aaron Judge cards. So I've been looking at BGS. He's 2013.
Okay, all right.
You laugh.
I was laughing.
Laugh like it's wrong. Like you laugh like
it's just
BGS
so funny.
Was not the top.
Yeah, it's just funny.
So don't you think there would be more Aaron Judge cards graded in BGS slabs than there would be in PSA slabs?
Yes, sir. Yep, for
but
sure.
Wouldn't that make PCA better because of the lower pop count overall?
I mean, sure, yeah, but I think they're more attainable than PSA cards, and you're still getting them. You could still get them in Gen Mint grades. So that's why I look at it.
Okay, what are you thinking about SGC or PSA opening up a new location in Florida?
I mean, it's just I don't know, man. I just think grading's just taking over the hobby.
Well, yeah,
like grading's completely taken over the hobby. Obviously, it's a good sign for the hobby in general because it's showing that it's thriving. If they're opening up all these new locations, I mean, they got locations in Tokyo, and I believe in Canada and stuff. PSA, what they have done in such a short amount of time is pretty incredible. But my thing is coming down to it. I still think it's a matter of time before Fanatics comes up with their own grading.
Really?
I think so.
Whoa.
You don't think you don't think that Fanatics is going to try to get into grading? They are trying to corner every part of this hobby. They're getting all the major license. Now they're doing Fanatics Fest, which I do want to touch on Fanatics Fest because in my opinion, why would they not try to make Fanatics Fest the #1 sports card show over the national?
Is Fanatics Fest invite only?
I don't think so.
Like for vendors for sure.
Yeah.
But
I think you can just go to Fanatics Fest. I don't think it's an invite only.
Okay. I'm trying.
And Fanatics, they have their own marketplace now too. So why wouldn't Fanatics looking and be sitting back going, hey, we should probably look a little bit more into this grading. So why would you find?
Okay, so the VIP package, which is sold out, is $570.80. And it's just Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 3-day adult pass, $173.06. Friday adult, 1 day you have to spend $70. What? Okay, all right. I'm gonna get pissed off on this damn episode. 3-day kids, $75. Why do kids have to pay? Friday kids, $34.61. Saturday, $34.61. Sunday.
What's the age group for kids that they're making?
I don't know.
$70-something for.
That's a great question.
Maybe they're trying to not have so many kids.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Maybe.
That's another thing that pisses me off. Shouldn't you be promoting the hobby to kids so that the hobby can keep growing and last?
Yeah, but who's gonna be spending the money?
Yeah, exactly.
Who's dropping the cash? It's the adults.
So that's why I get even more pissed off. Like, what the hell? I can't even bring my kid with me without spending another $100 essentially. So screw that, man. But yeah, back to the Fanatics potentially getting into grading cards. I don't know about that. I feel like that'd be not a good decision.
Or do you think they're going to partner with somebody else other than PSA?
No, I think they're going to partner with PSA. Why would they partner with anybody besides PSA?
I don't know. Why do any of these other, like, why does like Sports Card Nonsense or who's it, Card Ladder, all of them partner with SGC? Like, why would it? Why would it? You're talking
because PSA doesn't need to partner with them to drive
PSA
business.
didn't offer. Yeah, exactly.
But I'm just saying,
like,
but I'm just saying, like, if you know, why you're going with these different grading companies. For me, if I was Fanatics, I'm looking at PSA as a competitor. I'm not looking at PSA as a potential partner.
Why would you say that? Why would you do that?
Because I also said that I think it's a matter of time before PSA gets their own marketplace to where you're not gonna, where you can sell directly through PSA, which you kind of already are. They already have their own eBay account.
Yep.
But eventually, I think down the road, PSA is going to get to a point where you can just sell directly through them, probably directly through their own website would be my guess. And then you don't have to, they don't have to deal with, eBay taking their fees or them going through, golden auctions or anything. Like, I'm sure PSA has to be looking at, these crazy sports card sales, these, $4 million sports card sales, or, the fact that there's 52 tops PSA 10s manuals out there, and going, man, we're not going to get any of that. That's graded by us. Like, we're not getting any kickback from that. So let's make our own marketplace and have those sellers sell that card on our website, and we walk away with that,
Right. And if PSA creates their own marketplace, Fanatics not being a part of it would be a big loss on their part.
If PSA it just would be a huge competition.
Well, why wouldn't Fanatics just partner with PSA and then tell people, hey, you know what you could do? Buy cards on our website, then we will sub them to PSA for you. And then when you get them back, you could either receive them or we'll sell them on our website, which we've created with PSA, this own marketplace or whatever. Like, that's where it's headed.
In a great world, that sounds, but that's like, that sounds awesome. But if you're at eBay. Fanatics level, I don't think you're looking to partner with anybody. I think you're looking to corner every bit of this hobby to be number one.
PSA.
And then, listen, PSA has only become king in 5 years, 6 years. So there is a possibility that PSA could get pushed aside and somebody else takes the reins on it.
Seems like it's hockey sticked. Plus all the people who invested.
Look at eBay. eBay was the number one platform for selling cards. And now all of a sudden, however many people have now their own marketplaces. And look at all these different, these different apps, and Fanatics has their own marketplace. And yes, you can go through like Golden and Heritage and all that. But I mean, eBay was top for that. But now a lot of people are kind of gradually getting away from eBay and going somewhere else. Why wouldn't that happen in grading? AI is going to eventually take over life. Like, AI is going to take over everything. You're telling me that, tag grading, there's a whole new wave of a generation that's coming into this hobby. And all the old heads and all the, the people that have been in there that have got, dealing with PSA and doing it this way and doing it that way, you're going to get a new wave of a generation coming in that's eventually going to look into AI for grading, or they're going to look into different marketplaces. They're going to, I don't think it's just going to be PSA for the rest of our lives. And, no one's ever going to take that reign from them. And Fanatics, we've talked about this many times. Fanatics just coming in, and they just came in.
Okay. So the reason that I think PSA is not going anywhere, and I feel like Fanatics should try to partner with PSA instead of trying to create their own grading platform, is because of what we always talk about when it comes to pop reports. The amount of cards graded in PSA's history is like exponentially higher than anybody else, including Beckett. And PSA is, I don't know, grading 10 times as much, if not more, than all of these other companies every year. So their pop reports just keep growing. And so if you want to send a card and get it graded and trust that it's authentic, why would I buy that card from some new grading company who I don't know that they're grading cards like ethically, and I don't know if this card is actually real? I'd rather go to PSA because they've graded this card before, or they know the set, and I trust
so
them.
automatically PSA just like
Not automatically.
This is what the card like. This is if the card's a 10 with PSA, then we know it's a 10. It's not if
That's
it's
not
a 10 with
said.
SGC, then
that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that like PSA has the set registries and they know like this card came directly from Topps. You're not dealing with a fake card. Like
well,
that's what I'm talking about.
well, other companies all have pop reports. Like
I know, but they're nowhere near where PSA is. And if you start a new grading company and like I send my card to your grading company, how do I know that? Or if I buy it from this new grading company, how do I know that that card is actually authentic?
So people couldn't trust Fanatics, is what you're saying? So because like Fanatics wouldn't be a reputable.
They'd be reputable, but not as reputable as PSA. Nobody is as reputable as PSA. That's my point. And if Fanatics tries to get involved with that, I feel like it'd be a waste of their money and their time.
It seems like they're like spreading themselves a little too thin.
It'd be way smarter to partner with
but they're also now getting into like card shows. They're doing like these big Fanatic Fests. They're getting into everything that comes with the hobby. And that's what I'm saying. It's like if they're not, eventually you think they're just not going to touch the grading. I wouldn't.
I think they're going to touch it with a partnership. I don't think they're going to try and make their own.
They're already now competing with Golden to try to get cards on their marketplace versus Golden.
Yeah, but that's different than.
So if you're going after Golden, who's the top auctioneer when it comes to just memorabilia in general, they're like, oh, but
yeah, but
I don't think we can go after PSA.
But grading has nothing to do with your inventory. Like they could take over Golden's marketplace if they have better inventory. All they have to do is just buy better cards. And if they think
they have to do is get the right people to grade with them. If you get the right people to start grading cards with them and putting out the word that, hey, Fanatics, guys, grade your card with Fanatics.
Can't see it.
It's hard having a conversation with just PSA lovers, man. It's hard. It's like
I don't love PSA.
It's just anything like, just, there's
like,
just no way PSA is the best.
They're not the best. They're just the leaders.
Are they the leaders because you have to have a PSA 10? Or are they the leaders just because people just made them the leaders? Like they just
both.
Like to sit here and say like, both. Oh, that's a better grade than this other card is just like.
Not saying that. I'm not saying it. It has nothing to do with merit. It just has everything to do with the volume they do, their reputation, everything. It'd be insane to try and like.
Their reputation was they were easy to get grade. They made it super easy to grade cards, and then next thing you know, they're king because it was so easy to grade with them. So how reputable are you as a grading company if your parameters for centering was less than your own than all your other competitors? Why don't you? If you wanted to compete with your other competitors, you should have made it equal to your other competitors. No, what you did was you made it easier.
I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. A quick Google search. They hold over 75% of the market share.
I understand that.
That's like
I understand that, but like that's
but that means how many other grading companies are taking up 25%? So it's not even 75 versus another 25. It's 75 versus 6, 9. So now you're gonna it's like. I don't know. That would be insane. That would be a huge risk. If they do it, if they do it and succeed, that would be crazy.
Which they could.
They took PSA down as
Fanatics
the king.
now look at tag grading and going, hey, like you guys use AI in order to grade it. And AI is becoming such a huge like technology piece in everybody's life. Like, you can literally just type shit into a search engine, and then next thing you know, you have like an entire story written for you. They make songs. Like, I mean, if I was Fanatics, why would I not be looking then? Sure, if I don't want to partner with PSA, I would be looking at Tag going, AI is the future, clearly. We have this new wave, this new generation of collectors coming in, and this new wave of kids that are going to be coming into this, that are going to grow up with AI. Then I will buy you out. You can come partner with us, and then we're going to take over the grading.
He goes, whatever.
I'm trying to look at this, like, I'm trying to go through this logically. Fanatics would have to buy out every other company besides PSA to gain full control of all of their grading stuff. So now it is like firmly 75% versus we are the other 25%. Then they would have to go through every single like graded card from each company that they bought and build up their new one registry. And then they would have to, I guess, try to get a better like business pairing / relationship with Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, Leaf, every other like card company. They already own Topps, so that's in their benefit. They own Topps, but they'd have to create a better relationship with Upper Deck and other like card making companies so that the PSA relationship kind of
Isn't Topps
starts
making
swinging.
hockey cards now?
I
They're
don't know about that.
unlicensed, I think.
Oh, maybe.
I think so.
But what is Upper Deck gonna ever give up that license? Anyway, Fanatics would have to take over a lot of things and become the sole competitor versus PSA to even start thinking about like, okay, we're gonna get into the grading business. In my head, but whatever, man. Who knows? These people have tons of money; they can do whatever the hell they want.
That's that's really the whole point I'm making.
Give it a shot.
Is like Fanatics has now become one of the biggest, when it comes to sports cards. I mean, they're huge in this hobby now, and they have the money. So why not? Why wouldn't you try to do it?
Like Eric said, I feel like it'd be
Instead,
stretching us a little too thin.
Like I said, like I'll retract me saying them coming up with their own grading company. Yeah, they should just buy somebody out, and I would look at Tag and I would buy them out.
Yeah, why not? Buy Tag, buy CGC. CGC's like on the come up, and they've become a respectable.
They're the number 2 grader in the hobby,
and they're super big in TCG. Like if Fanatics wants to get serious about moving on from sports, like why not go buy CGC? Go talk to CGC and be like, hey, what's going on? we wanna look into these Pokemon cards that you guys keep creating.
I mean, they wouldn't buy SGC out because obviously SGC is owned by collectors, and in collectors is under the, they now have PSA and SGC, but yeah, you could be looking at one of these other ones, and that's another thing too. Like, and that's why I was thinking, man, I'm like, they're doing another Fanatics Fest. I mean, are we eventually gonna see Fanatics Fest being a better show than the National? Do you think that's what they're like? Do you think that's the purpose of like them doing Fanatics Fest is to be better than the National?
Question.
Or is it something that they're just like, hey, let's just have another big show?
It feels very, like Eric, I think, was starting to say, it feels very hypey. Like they want all of the top social media.
They want money.
Yep, exactly.
They want money there.
They're going to bring in a bunch of celebrities, sports like athletes, and the top social media creators in the hobby just to promote their brand and get more money, more exposure. That's what I think it is. That's why I asked like if it was how much it would be or like if it was invite only, because yeah, man, I don't know. Am I going to go to Fanatics Fest just to look at millions of dollars of cards and not be able to buy them?
And that's
am I going to be able to like make a deal with somebody there?
Yeah.
Fanatics, and here's the thing, and this is why I'm bringing it up too, because there was an article that was posted on Sports Collectors Daily, and the title of it said, Fanatics Fest promises $200 million exhibit of cards and memorabilia. So to me, it's like to Eric's point, they're flashing money. Like they're just flashing. They want the biggest, the best there is. So if you get a couple people that have some, really heavy influence in this world, in the world of cards and the world of the hobby, it might not be too far off that you can really start to jump into all these other aspects of like into grading, into a better marketplace than some of these other auctioneer sites. Like it's not far off. And like this, I mean, the cards, I think, let me see. They're going to have over 30 premium Tom Brady cards along with Super Bowl game worn jerseys. They're going to have Otani's 2024 All-Star game uniform and 3 of his rookie cards valued at $1 million. They're going to have Michael Jordan's 1998 NBA Finals Last Dance jersey, Kobe Bryant NBA Finals jerseys, LeBron James Superfractor PSA 10s. They're gonna have his 2003 Logo Man. I mean,
yeah, that's awesome. I would love to see that stuff.
yeah. I mean, it's
But
just
it's all just flash.
Yeah, are they for sale, or are they just like everybody's?
I think
flexing?
I think it's probably just an exhibit they're probably just loaned by whoever the collector is
Right.
for the piece. And it said in the article too that they're going to have obviously rotating security. Like, of course, like, I mean, oh my God, you have $200 million worth of shit right here. Like I'd be like, oh boy.
Yeah, don't make any sudden
It's
movements.
too much.
Do you think they want a Heracross card? You
Yeah,
just imagine like right next to Michael Jordan jersey, it's just
Jason
and
holding
then
his
there's
card.
this Heracross card.
This is
You might get dragged out, to be honest. They'll throw you in the street.
Possibly.
Yeah, it's second one they've done, right? Or is it third?
This will be their second one that they've done. Last year was the first one, so.
I think that's like a running
And I
discussion.
think it's happening next weekend. I think it's coming up next weekend.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's just going to create a lot of FOMO in my opinion.
It is going to create a lot of FOMO. Yeah. I mean, this whole hobby is
it's FOMO driven. Yeah.
This whole hobby is FOMO. Like how many hobbyists do you think that buy cards are proactive or just reactive?
It's a great question.
You know what I mean? Like how many like, for instance, if we were to be buying PCA cards, back when he got traded to the Cubs, and we held all these PCA cards up until this point, and then being proactive, we're hoping that's going up. Versus like people are just reacting, man.
Yeah, all the
people
time.
Just Jaden Daniels, buy it, flip it. There's more flippers in this hobby than there are actual collectors. Way more probably. I mean, right now,
I hope you're wrong.
I hope I'm wrong too, but I'm guessing there are probably way more flippers in the hobby than there.
Yeah.
Nobody's proactive anymore, man.
It's unfortunate that a good chunk of those flippers are young collectors too, young hobbyists, I should say.
Yeah,
but it is what it is.
Times are changing, and it's getting to a point where, man, I think just what used to be the hobby and what used to be done in the hobby is not. I'll bet you a lot of hobbyists never thought that Beckett was not going to be top grader. And then PSA took over. And then I'm telling you, eventually at some point, we're all going to be sitting back going, wow, I just never thought that was going to happen, that PSA was not going to be the number one grader. But
we'll see.
Could happen, man. Who knows? Like, oh, man, the Nationals no longer the biggest card event of the year. It's Fanatics Fest now. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
Gotta love it though, man. How can you not be romantic about the hobby, man?
There you go.
I'm just saying, man. It's great. It's great. Thank you so much, John, for ruining our lives.
Hey, man, it's ruined my life too. What are you talking about?
Yeah, John.
I used to just buy cards and hold them. I didn't have to worry about
you just used to buy vintage,
money.
Man.
Didn't have
and
to.
Now
care.
you don't even buy vintage anymore.
Yeah. See what you've done. See what jelly cards and the current state of the hobby has done.
Not me. I've been telling
don't
you.
say see what you've done, man. That was all you.
Yeah. Right.
Your pitch to us was we could be buying into Dominguez cards. We need Dominguez, and he's going to make us money, and then we can all quit our jobs. I'm still sitting here with the same job.
That's definitely not what I said. I said that I feel
you
like
said
we could
5 to 10 years.
Money.
5 to 10 years is what you told me. I remember we were sitting in my parents' dining room
halfway there, and it's not looking good. Oh yeah, by the way, happy birthday, Jelly Card.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There you go. Happy birthday, Jelly
today.
Cards, man.
We're still stuck in like single A, maybe double A. We gotta get it together.
Nah, man, it's getting. Here's the thing. At the end of the day, and we can end on this. At the end of the day, man, it's just fun. It's fun to talk shop with you guys.
Oh,
I very much just look forward to being able to talk hobby with you guys. I'm be honest, I purposely bring up topics in that I know is going to piss you guys off because I just want you guys to talk to me.
look at that. There you go, John.
Just
I got it on
shout
record.
with me, damn it, man.
You're absolutely getting baited.
Like, just talk shop with me, man. That's all I want. Like, I just want to talk hobby. I want to talk sports. I want to talk shop.
I hear you.
So
I feel
what,
that.
So let's get the group chat going, man. Let's toss in
Stir the pot.
yeah, oh man, I think Ohtani sucks. And then I just sit back. And I'm like, honey, they're texting me.
Jesus, here we go. Okay, John, wrap us
All right,
up, man.
John,
I got
wrap
laid
it up,
out, man.
man.
Some of us
me
got to
too.
go to work tomorrow.
Yeah,
I got work tomorrow too, man.
I got
All
work
right.
tomorrow too.
All right, well then let's wrap this.
Okay, final thoughts. This episode was all over the place. I guess I could take responsibility for that because we're supposed to talk about PSA opening up a new location, and then we just started talking about PSA versus Fanatics /
Yeah, well, who
SGC.
cares about PSA?
Yeah, PSA trash.
True.
Anyway, so beginning of the podcast. Thank you everybody if you've made it this far. Thank you for listening. I brought up a topic that I would really love to hear everybody's opinion on. If you're buying modern or even vintage Pokemon cards, you can call it whatever card you want. And let's say 90% of the card is in amazing condition, but there's one flaw on it. Would you still buy it? And you could take it from both angles. You want to buy it to flip it. I want to hear your thoughts on that. You want to buy it just to collect it. I want to hear your thoughts on that as well. And especially if it's a chase card, we welcome that discussion. I personally would love to buy it. Feel like Eric and Jason are kind of against it because of the flaw. And that is a trend in the hobby. Oh, nice.
If it was for my PC, I would buy it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
PC, sure.
Yeah.
But flip it, not worth it, you're saying. Okay. All right. Yeah, I want to hear people's thoughts on that. After that, I think we talked about PSA. What else did we talk about? That's it, right?
You literally just said what.
Okay, cool. We talked about PSA opening up a new location. That new location allegedly is right by SGC's location in Florida. And then we were supposed to kind of stay on that, but that didn't happen. We started talking about Fanatics. So please weigh in. Do you think Fanatics will either buy out a certain amount of grading companies or even one grading company to get involved in the grading aspect of the hobby? Or do you think that they will open up their own grading company and start grading cards on their own? Or do you think that they'll partner with a grading company and try to get involved in grading as well? Because Fanatics, as we've discussed, has taken over a huge chunk of the hobby. They already own / partner with Topps. Who knows what they're going to do next? They have their Fanatics Fest going on in about a week where you can see sports memorabilia that you probably will never see again or have seen in your life. So reach out. You can reach us on Instagram /X /YouTube Jellycards, JELICARDS. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Give us a follow. We'd really appreciate that. You can listen to the Jellycards podcast on Apple and Spotify. If you enjoy the podcast, please leave us a rating. Please follow us, support the podcast. It would definitely make my day. Yeah, that's all I got. It's been 5 years since we decided to go create Jellycards. So happy birthday to Jason, Eric, Luke, and myself for forming Jellycards. It's been a lot of fun, Jason. Like you said, I look forward to it every single week that I get to come on the podcast and talk shop. I wish that I could do this all day, every day for 8 hours a day instead of my normal job because it's just fun, man. It's fun to look at cards, look at Pokemon cards, buy them, sell them, collect them. It's the best. It's my favorite thing to do. But anyway, thank you, everybody. I hope we all have an amazing weekend and a week ahead. And as always, keep spreading the love of the hobby from your friends at Jellycards.